Welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's podcast. All right, welcome everybody. Sorry about last week. We had some technical difficulties and weren't able to record, so we're going to try this again and pretend like we didn't get 10 minutes into the episode before everything went to shit. So welcome Jeremy
Yo.
and Justin.
Shalom.
All right. So, hopefully we're in a better mood today. Not that we were in a bad mood last week because Monday night was the Packer game and we tend to record on Sundays, so we didn't know what the Packers were about to do. But at least they won today, so hopefully that means the two of you are in better moods.
Yep. I'm gonna not plug the toaster in this time when I take a bath.
All
It's still going in there with me, but this time it's not gonna be plugged in.
Well, all right, it is what it is.
Baby
All right.
steps.
So I was inspired. I started watching Welcome to Derry, the It prequel. I'm like I'm probably two episodes behind now. So far it's been interesting. I've heard some of the complaints about it, and I'm just like, you clearly didn't pay attention to the book originally. But it is interesting because they're weaving in a lot of Stephen King mythology from other books into the Welcome to Derry stuff. Because like they've made mentions of Shawshank. One of the characters from The Shining has made an appearance.
Hmm.
Um, It's I don't know. I mean it's interesting, but I'm not sure where it's going just yet. But it got me thinking about prequels in general. When do they work? When do they not work? So I think a long time ago we did an episode in the old days, in the previous 100 where we talked about what's the difference between prequel, sequel, and or requel if you're Evil Dead 2, where it's neither a sequel nor a prequel, it's a requel, the remake sequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've both seen Evil Dead 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
prefer it.
yes, so the beginning of the movie is like kind of a retelling of the first movie, and it's supposed to be a sequel, but like a completely different sequel to what actually happened in the first movie. So they kind of invented the word requel, and I think Evil Dead 2 probably not the only example of that, but the only one I can come up with in my head. So, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about prequels. So, what is a prequel? What does a prequel mean to you, Justin?
If you're taking the story, like an established story, and then you're diving deeper into the backstory of how it became to be.
All right.
Put me on the spot while I'm grabbing a drink.
Jeremy, is that how you would explain or define
Um,
a prequel?
He
I
would
would
do it
def
more elegantly because he's a wordsmith.
no, I would define it as a writer who's really run out of ideas and doesn't know what to do anymore, so he just goes back and tries to. I mean, never mind. Some of them are okay. I like some prequels, but I'm sure we'll get to some.
Oh yeah, we're gonna I've got a list of some that I think are good, some that I think are kind of mixed, and then a couple that are just really bad. Um, but as a concept, the prequel has existed since at least the third century BC, when whoever it was that wrote the Argonautica, which was a prequel to the Iliad, which was written in the 8th century BC. Remembering that for some reason they counted differently. Well, we counted differently. We were just like randomly assigned a year zero and then said everything before that was counting backwards, and then now we're counting forward. So anyway, that was technically, at least in written language, the first known example of a prequel. So kind of been around for a while. The first film prequel that I could find any reference to happened in 1920. There was a series of movies called The Golem. It was just The Golem in 1950. I'm sorry, 1915. So in 1920, the people who made it decided to make The Golem How He Came into the World. So apparently, writers, like really soon after they created film in general, started immediately making prequels.
Ran out of ideas, like Jeremy was saying, went
Ran out
backwards.
of ideas. They didn't necessarily call them prequels until 1958. 1958 was the first known usage of the word. It was written in an article by a man named Anthony Boucher for a magazine so aptly titled "The Magazine of Fantasy and Science Fiction."
Right to the point.
Right. That's the first known written use of the actual word prequel, not just the concept. Although Christopher Tolkien has gone on to claim that his father invented the word in 1955 to describe the relationship of the Silmarillion to the Lord of the Rings. But clearly he must not have written it down because 1958 is the first time we have any reference to that word in writing. Um,
Seems legit.
A lot of articles made reference or claim that 1979, a movie called Butch and Sundance, the early days, is what's credited with bringing that term into the mainstream.
Hmm.
But it was, between 1920 and 1979, there was a lot of literary references, a lot of like Robert Louis Stevenson writing prequels to some of his own stuff, and a lot of people were writing prequels even before movies, obviously, when you go back to 8th century BC. So apparently a lot of writers are just like, well, crap, that worked. Well, what happened before? So
How
when,
did we get here?
yeah, how did we get here? So when does a prequel work for you? Let's start with Jeremy this time.
This time, we haven't done this before.
No, I'm just saying the last question I started with you, so this question I'm
Yeah,
gonna
because you saw
go.
me grabbing a drink of my.
So Jeremy, when
Um,
does a prequel work?
well, I guess it's just if you built like a really good world, like that's worth exploring, like and characters that are worth revisiting and finding out more of. It's just kind of like I don't know. There's just as I don't really like them for some reason. I just think that like I'd just rather see things move forward, but what makes it good, I guess, yeah, like I said, the good characters, good world. Like, let's if it's actually worth seeing, or like if you have like something that explains major plot points in like a really interesting way that can like help unfold things that you didn't never really thought of the first time watching it around, I guess. I don't know. Take
Okay.
over, Justin. I'm just making a word salad now.
You're good. I was gonna say when it makes a boatload of money.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think, I mean, this is when I'll jump into some of my examples of like a good prequel. Like, I think it's when you have a world that you don't necessarily have, like, it's not necessarily a good movie, but like as a prequel, it kind of works like the Kingsman movie series. So you
Didn't
went,
watch it.
they
did you
had
say it's not a good series?
I mean, it's okay. Like it, I mean,
Whoa,
I mean, the first one was really good. The
Wait,
second one was all right. The third one,
you're
which was
insane.
I
The
liked the
first two are
first,
awesome.
the Golden Circle. It
Yeah,
was, it was, it was fun, but it wasn't as good as the first one.
they're all
sure.
good.
But the third one was when they jumped back, and I think it worked more because like it didn't involve any characters from the first two movies. Like it went really far back, and I think that's when a prequel kind of shines. Like when it doesn't necessarily have to involve anything that we've seen before. Because I think that's what happens with prequels too much is that like you kind of already know the ending, like going into it, like you know where a movie's going to end because you know where the other one started. So like if you got a prequel, and I'm not coming up with an example off the top of my head, but like if you got a prequel where a character starts off as a good guy, but you know he's the bad guy in the
Star Wars.
sequel. Okay, good. All right, you're right. That's even written down on my list of mixed bag because four, five, and six are really good movies, and one, two, and three, well, one's bad, two's not great, three's good. Like it's just. But I think with like Star Wars prequels, like Rogue One is a really good prequel, but I also think it works really well because it doesn't involve any of the characters that we've experienced before until the
Yeah,
very end.
it's kind of like they're over here.
Right. Like, and I think
You
Star
know
Wars,
they're around, but they're not by us.
I think that's where Star Wars could really work, or Lord of the Rings could really work. Like, just
Oh,
like
God.
there's these whole worlds that exist that don't have to involve the characters that we already know.
Yeah, I guess that
Or
makes sense.
or another example of prequels that work is Temple of Doom,
Yeah,
because Temple of Doom is everything in Temple of Doom happened before Raiders of the Lost Ark, but like it's a standalone movie. Like, well, each Indiana Jones movie is really kind of a standalone movie, and you don't have to have seen any of them in any particular order to understand them.
just don't see Crystal Skull.
Well,
Yeah, just skip that one.
just, but I'm just saying, like, I think that's where like you go into it thinking maybe this is a sequel, and then at the end you're like, oh wait, all this happened before. Like it just, I mean, because like I think you could probably make the same argument with like a lot of James Bond movies. Like like chronologically, who knows where any of them are in order? Like it's not like they all take place one right after another. Like they're just kind of where you somebody who would want to take more time than I do could probably sit here and say, well, this one is, there's probably websites dedicated to the order, the proper time order for. I know there's websites
Yeah,
dedicated to the proper time order for the MCU,
yeah, and the Arrowverse and stuff.
right? Like, watch Captain Marvel, like, because that one, and that's the thing. Like, would you consider Captain Marvel to be a prequel, or would you just consider that to be a whole separate movie altogether?
Jeremy, what are your thoughts on that one?
Well, why wouldn't it be? It takes place in the 90s, doesn't it?
Right. But like, it's not really like the Captain Marvel movie doesn't really involve any of the other characters other than, I mean, I guess Nick Fury, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's kind of all the movies are obviously linked together, but I don't know. It's hard to say that any of them are like other than like Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, like or Captain America. Like I don't necessarily consider Captain Marvel to be a sequel or a prequel or anything in relation to Iron Man other than like timeline wise, like it happened before the Iron Man movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
I mean,
just a movie.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just a movie.
so I guess that's fair.
Because I don't have to watch Captain Marvel to go, oh, that's how we end up with Tony
No,
Stark, or
you definitely don't.
I like Captain Marvel. I thought it was the Marvel. Well, I even liked the Marvels, but but then again, I'm a Marvel fanboy, and I tend to apologize for a lot of stuff in that one. So, but you got examples of prequels that work?
Well, I don't know what's all on your list of stuff that we're getting to.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know necessarily if they work, but things I like.
yeah, okay.
Well, I know we kind of talked about like some of the video game world. I like some of the prequels you get out of there, some of the like God of War, when they give you the little backstory. It's unnecessary, but I enjoyed the games and kind of learning more about Kratos. Trying to think, is it Assassin's Creed? Are some of those prequels, Jeremy?
Who even knows?
I know
They stopped doing like the
that
real,
timeline is all over the place.
yeah, they don't really even include like a lot of the real world stuff anymore. Like it's very brief. I don't know what the fuck's even going on. I just like to play in ancient times.
Because what's that other one? Far Cry. I know they did some prequels with like Primal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was
Those are pretty good games.
yeah.
I feel like with some video games and stuff, it's probably a lot easier to do prequels. because you can just make up whatever shit you want. I mean, you can do that with movies, but I feel like video games are a lot easier to get away with it. And as far as like movies and stuff, I mean, I think it's considered a prequel. Yeah, I really like Prey.
Yeah, that's on my list of good ones.
Yeah, that was a good prequel.
I haven't
Yeah,
gone and seen Predator Badlands yet, but I'm not sure where that is in on the timeline because I don't even know if they know where the timelines are anymore.
that's fair. And is Predator the one where they go to the different planet? Is that a prequel?
No, I think that's a sequel because I think they make reference to the Arnold Schwarzenegger
All
character,
right,
but it's been a
that
while since I've watched
it's
that
yeah,
one, so
it's hard to remember some of that stuff. But those are the ones I like. I like you when you can get away with doing like video games.
you got any that work for you, Jeremy, or
No, probably
oh,
not.
okay.
I
Are there
just
any
ran down an entire list on Wikipedia, and there's like nothing that interests me in any of these prequel movies.
are there any like horror movie prequels you can think of,
Oh,
Jeremy?
not that I can think
Yeah,
of, but yeah.
Candyman 2021,
Oh yeah,
Saw
the
10,
yeah, so Candyman the 2021 is one of the like you thought it was a remake and then at the end you're like, "Oh wait, this was a prequel."
Paranormal Activity 2 and 3 are prequels to the
Those movies
first
aren't
one.
good. I didn't like those.
I think I only ever saw the first one.
Is
There's a
there any
Texas Chainsaw prequel.
is there any like like animated sitcoms and stuff you could think of that did prequels? Spin-offs, yeah, but prequels?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I'm sure they exist, but
Yeah, these are
I
all the things that are
I want to see
popping in my head now.
I want to see the Flintstones Jetsons prequel when those worlds were together before they split off and the Jetsons moved to the sky and the Flintstones stayed on Earth.
Yeah, because they're not supposed to take her on the same time.
Well, that's the
Theory.
and that's the theory. I don't think there's been any actual proof that that's how they meant it to be, but
All right.
Mm, Resident Evil Outbreak. There we go. That's one that I like. That's a prequel, apparently. I didn't
Oh, the
even know
game.
it at the time, yeah. But I like the two Outbreak games.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. It was like I think they were kind of remember playing them co-op, unless it was just we were taking turns. But my cousin and I used to play that game all the time. I don't remember if they were actually co-op or
I think
not,
you
but
might have been taking turns.
okay, that makes
I
sense.
don't
I think RE5 was the first like actual co-op game.
let's say
And
I
was
don't know if I've
Outbreak
played
before those?
I don't know if I've played any of the Resident Evil games outside of the main timeline games.
Which is how they need to do the movies. I think Raccoon City might be a prequel.
Oh, the animated movie?
There's also the game Welcome to
Oh,
Raccoon City.
Oh, Revelations is a prequel too, and Nemesis RE3.
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't realize as many of those were prequels. It's hard to keep track of all that stuff, I guess. Especially when there's so many Resident Evil games.
Yeah. Oh, San Andreas. That's a good prequel.
oh, I didn't know that San Andreas was technically a prequel.
Well,
I don't know where any of that Grand Theft Auto stuff falls into anything.
San Andreas is like in the mid 90s, and it's in the same universe as GTA 3 and Vice. Well, Vice City would be a prequel too, because that's in the 80s. And
Oh,
then those are
okay.
all in the same universe as the Liberty City, GTA 3. So, I mean, they had crossover a little bit. Like they have a cameo from Claude from GTA 3. I think that's his name. The main dude with the black leather jacket.
I never really made any progress in those games. I always got sidetracked just driving around.
That was fun.
I have a problem with open world games.
Getting sidetracked, just
Oh yeah, I just
driving
go
as fast as you
wander and
can and
you know
shooting hookers.
jump out of the car, just flying down the road. Yeah, I had the same problem with like Assassin's Creed and stuff. Open world games have always been an issue for me. It's like I lack focus or something.
I mean, I see that. Yeah. So, I mean, I've got on my list there, I've got Cruella as a sequel, or I mean, not as a sequel, as a prequel to the 101 Dalmatians. I think Cruella, although it suffers from the problem of making the villain too sympathetic, but that's a whole other issue. The movie's really good. Monsters
Is that the
University.
live action one?
Yeah, the live action one.
Yeah, I saw
Uh,
that one.
Monsters University, I thoroughly enjoy, but it does raise timeline issues. But it's still pretty good. It's a, you know, oh, and
Yeah, I
then
saw
you've
that one
already,
too.
yeah, then you
Two
took
for
the other.
two.
I got, well, the Fantastic Beast and that series I have is the mixed results era of like, is it worth it? Is it, I mean, the first movie was okay, but I have not taken the time to see the other ones yet because it wasn't so good that I was like, I want to see more.
Oh, you
But
lost me on those ones.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Fantastic Beasts is the prequel to Harry Potter because
Okay.
it's setting up like how Voldemort kind of came to be Voldemort and some of the other stuff. It wasn't as interesting. Bad, like just god awful. X-Men Origins Wolverine,
Mm.
just awful. Just so
Yeah,
bad.
not great.
And then so bad that I've never bothered to watch it. Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd.
Oh, I've seen that.
Is
They used to
it
show that on Comedy Central all the time.
Didn't see that one.
is that as bad as everybody says it is?
It's pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it had its moments, but it was overall pretty bad. I like there was a Bob Saget cameo in that. That was pretty funny.
I still think the best Bob Saget cameo is in oh geez. Nah, what?
Do you want some help here? You
Yes,
want to figure
help
it
me
out?
because I've completely drawn a blank.
Half baked.
Half Baked, yes. Yes. I don't think we need to reference the scene. I think
Oh,
everybody listening to this show knows the scene that we're talking about from Half Baked.
yeah. If not, go watch that movie
Yeah. Although
after you finish it up.
I've heard they made a sequel to Half Baked
They did.
that I kind of want to see, but at the same time I'm just like it can't be any good.
Is anyone back
I
in that one?
don't
I don't
mm,
think so.
I don't think I think maybe one person, but most of them, yeah, no. I think it's supposed to be Dave Chappelle's daughter. I
Oh,
don't. Yeah. So do you
Yeah.
guys have any franchises that you would like to see like some prequel stuff for that you think might work in the hands of a writer who isn't just phoning it in?
mm,
Yeah. I don't like. I should have done more research.
All right, I'll throw out one.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You think Jurassic Park could be prequelized?
I mean, don't we current? I don't know. What would you? How would you prequelize Jurassic Park?
What's Colonel Sanders' name?
Um,
Is it Hammond?
yeah, John Hammond.
Him going on the for finding the amber.
But I
I don't
mean
even know if
that
he finds the amber.
I don't know if he finds it or he buys somebody else who buys it from somebody who did. But like, there's no dinosaurs, like, because you've got to create them, and like, I don't imagine the
Just walking through the woods. Oh look,
yeah, like
roll credits.
yeah, it's a very
Yeah,
short.
okay.
I have one, Gremlins, a prequel to the original movie. Like, how did
Yeah,
they come to establish the rules? How many times did it happen before they figured it out? Like, what,
well, didn't they
yeah,
have that like cartoon series
yeah,
on
see,
where they did that?
I heard that they were going to, but I didn't know if it actually came out or not.
I heard about that like a long time ago, and
Right.
yeah, I don't remember.
But I know that they just officially greenlit Gremlins 3 with um some of the original cast from both movies.
yeah, that'd be interesting. Like that
Secrets of the
trial and error.
Mogwai.
Oh, okay.
It came out in 2022.
Oh, well,
What's it
apparently
streaming on,
somebody,
Jeremy?
Huh?
Is it streaming?
I'll find out.
so apparently somebody already beat me to that one. So, all right, well then. Okay, moving on then. That makes me look stupid.
You can watch it on Max.
Oh,
All right.
all right.
Yeah, check it out.
How about Escape from New York? I'd like to see like how the world went to shit and they decided or figured out how to talk people into letting them turn New York City into a prison.
All right.
Or I mean, and the sequel had LA as a prison, so it wasn't just like, New York was turned in,
How they turn these big cities,
right,
they
how they were,
decided.
yeah. Because I mean, if you watch Escape from New York, there's a whole Kurt Russell's character Snake, they're like, "Oh man, that Snake, he was doing this or he's the guy who did that." You're like, "Those sound like really cool stories. I want to see that." But at the same time, like I don't know if I want to see anyone other than Kurt Russell be Snake Plissken. So, but I think that I mean that could be fun in the hands of the right, people.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the see, a lot of the ones I franchises I like are so long, I don't think you could prequel them. Like I really like the Mission Impossible movies. I don't think you can do a prequel to any of that stuff.
Unless you just go with like the people before they hired Ethan Hunt, like how they came to be.
Yeah, but then would that really be a prequel? It'd just be another movie.
I mean, like it's kind of like what the Kingsmen did when they did the whole like how the organization came to be the Kingsmen, like
Yeah.
how Impossible Mission Force came to be in the existence.
Well, a good one that I like is Ballerina from the John Wick
Okay,
world,
I've not
because
seen that one
that's
yet.
her story. So it kind of ties into the normal John Wick stuff, but it's also her backstory and all that stuff. So it
Yeah.
starts as her backstory and leads into where we are with the John Wick
Did you watch
stuff.
that? What did they call it? Was Hotel something or other? The
Transylvania?
No, no, the it was on Peacock. It was how
Oh, Continental?
yeah, the Continental. No, so it wasn't a hotel. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the hotel, but
that's like a prequel too.
yeah, that's the prequel of how he came to take over the hotel and
Yeah, the Continental.
see that's where I think like Star Wars could work, like if you went way further back, like into the decades even before the Empire, before the Rebel Alliance, before any of that, like just all the Jedi stuff and like when the like you could do so many like before time stories that didn't involve any of the Skywalkers that like you wouldn't even necessarily know if it's a prequel or not because like it just would be so many offshoot stories, but that could be really good. How about you,
Yeah.
Jeremy? You got any franchises you would like to see prequelized even though you're not a fan of the concept?
Sure, let's see Doc Brown's origin story.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
that would be fun.
He must have gotten up to some shit.
I bet.
Yeah.
He,
Hmm, I don't know what
Is
else.
he a real doctor?
I don't know.
I wonder. Like he's a disgraced scientist or something because he's like, I'm gonna invent time travel. And I was like, get out of here, you old kook.
He's got like one of those honorary
Yeah,
degrees. Yeah.
honorary doctorate from
Everybody just
like
called
Brown
everybody
University or something.
everybody just called him Doc because he was the crazy guy.
Yeah.
Like how Einstein went from being like one of being the smartest man on earth to now being an insult. Like, oh, way to go, Einstein. All
Yeah, I'm
right.
trying to think if there's any like big movies out right now or anything I might have seen recently that I think would be pretty good equalized.
Well, it doesn't even have to be anything recently that I mean, it could be like some movie you saw back in the 90s that you like. Do you want to see something like the world before the Matrix? Like, do you want to see how the Matrix you know,
I've
took
only ever
over?
seen one of those movies, and that was the last one.
Wait, what?
Yep,
Hold on.
just so you know,
Back the fuck up. Which Matrix movie did you watch?
the last one.
What do you think is the last one?
I don't know the last one I was that they came out with.
Like the one that just came out a couple years ago?
What's a couple of years ago?
Like in the last 5 years?
Oh no, the one before that.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So they had
Like
Matrix,
the
Matrix
third, the
Revolution.
third one.
You only saw that one?
that's
So
Yes.
awful.
you didn't even see the good one.
No, I just saw the third one.
Why? That must have been confusing.
Right, that and
I just kind of went for the popcorn.
you've never seen The Matrix.
Nope,
So you saw Matrix Revolutions, but not Reloaded.
could have been. That's the third one.
And then the one that came out in 2021 was Resurrections.
Yeah, didn't see that one.
Matrix, the one that came out in 99, is one of the few movies that I've went and saw like more than I think I went and saw it 3 or 4 times in the theaters because it was so mind-blowing. It is now 2025, almost 2026, and you've never seen that movie.
Nope.
You're fired. Get off. You're out.
Hit the power button on my headphones here.
That is your goal by next week is to watch that
It's not
movie.
gonna happen.
How do I
I can assure you that.
how do we let you on this podcast for this long and just finding out you've never watched, especially given how many times we've talked about how mind-blowing it is.
I'm sure there's plenty of movies none of us have seen
That is true.
that
We need to
that
do
should get us fired.
that is an episode we need to do one of these days where we need to come up with a list of movies that we've never seen that somehow would shock the other two of us.
Yeah. Yes. Moving on.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to think of other things that like
If we get like a prequel to Machete, like his
um
childhood and what made him into the guy he is.
I mean I'd probably watch it. Although it wouldn't have Danny Trejo in it, so I don't know.
I'm trying to think of some, like even like TV shows. I'm trying to think of some of the big named ones I've never seen that you guys give me crap for.
I'm just trying to think of any TV show that has run for long enough that like I'd be like, hey, what happened before the show started? Because most of the shows, like say like Scrubs, like you kind of start at the beginning, like,
Yeah,
and then they do enough flashbacks during the show that you're like, they kind of fill in the blanks here and there. But
that's fair.
so TV doesn't necessarily tend to do the same thing that like movies, like where you might want to have like what happened before this movie started.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I don't know.
All right, well, I was just inspired by some recent prequel stuff with, the Welcome to Derry series. I just thought maybe we'd talk about prequels a little bit. So, all right, now we've got like, I don't know, 3 weeks worth of stuff. Who's watched something you want to talk about?
Do we?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's assuming I watch anything.
yeah. Or I remember what I watched that I want to talk about. I watched. I watched an interesting documentary about the hippo problem in Colombia. That was something I watched.
That is a fascinating. I never watched that documentary, but I am aware of the why there's a hippo problem in Colombia, and that is
Jeremy,
fast.
are you aware that
No.
there's a hippo problem in Colombia?
Why?
Uh, what is it? Pablo Escobar, drug
Yes,
lord. He had all
Pablo.
that money and he decided he wanted to start his own zoo. So he brought in a bunch of animals from like Africa and like around the world. And some of the animals he brought in were two hippos. Or was it four hippos?
I that apart I don't
I
remember.
think it was four hippos. And when he like was killed, the government took over the zoo and it became so much of a financial burden they just kind of stopped. And these hippos went into the wild and now they have a massive hippo problem.
Because apparently the environment that they live in Africa and the environment in Colombia, not that different.
Hmm.
And the big thing is like what they were saying with Africa. they have their dry seasons, so there's not as much grass and there's not as much water. So the hippos stop ovulating, but because of the conditions in Colombia, they year round. There's so many hippos born every year, and they're just becoming an invasive species in Colombia,
Jeez,
and they don't know how to stop it.
that's
I
crazy.
mean, I can think of a way to stop it,
They
but
There was a hippo that something happened and it died when they were doing like an autopsy on it. They found like shotgun, like buckshot in it. They found a bunch of bullets in it. Didn't stop them.
see, I feel like they just haven't called the right Americans in to solve the problem yet.
Hmm.
I watched that. I watched Down Periscope yesterday.
Ooh, wow.
I forgot how good that movie was.
I better go check it out. I got a copy
um,
now of my
yeah, you
own.
do. You're welcome. And over the weekend, I went and saw Tom Segura at the Riverside.
Oh, how was that?
Pretty good. I didn't like the fact that it took my smartwatch and my phone.
Oh, they made you put that in the little bag?
Yeah, he was doing a show Friday and two shows on Saturday, and I guess they're being recorded for a Netflix special coming up.
Hmm.
Oh, so if we watch him on Netflix, we might see you in the crowd?
Possibility.
Hmm.
You and our friend Lars?
Yep.
Nice.
And the opening act was, God, I can't remember his name, but he is the head sanitation guy from Parks and Rec. Do you know
Hmm.
what I'm talking about? Taller
I th
guy, mustache.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember it. Matt Walsh? No, that's not right.
Jeremy, who's the sanitation guy in Parks and Rec?
I don't remember.
You're letting me down here. I can't Google things. I use my iPhone for this.
I haven't seen that show in so long.
Yeah, but that was the opening act. He was pretty good.
All right, let's see. What have I watched over the last couple weeks? I watched a bunch of movies. I watched Late Night with the Devil. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
Hmm.
Pretty good. Just the ending kind of falters a little bit, but 95% dead on. David Dastmalchian does such a good job as like the 1970s like talk show host. Um, have either of you watched Sinners yet?
Nope.
No.
It's pretty good. Um, very well made, but about half hour too long. Let's see. Sisu, that Danish.
Hey, yep.
You watch that one?
I watched that in theaters.
Oh, that movie was
It's so much fun.
so much fun, so crazy, like so unrealistic, but so much fun. I mean, granted, anytime you get to see a bunch of Nazis just getting destroyed, always a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have
What
you
made you
seen?
watch that one?
I had heard a bunch about it, and I was like, sure. I'm sitting around with nothing to do yesterday, and I was like, I'm
The
gonna watch it
sequel's
finally.
coming out later this month.
I think that's probably why people were talking about it again because the sequel's coming
The
out.
the spot when he throws the landmine.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one Lars and I went and saw in theaters.
Have you watched Sisu yet, Jeremy?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. It's gory and gruesome and over the top.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a little hesitant to watch it for a while because I knew it was Danish or
I think
Swedish,
so.
but
I think
like
he's Danish.
almost completely the movie's almost completely in English.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like so I finally broke down and watched Godzilla minus one. Has
All
either
right.
of you watched that one yet? It's very good. Very good.
We could get a conversation about how I haven't really seen many Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
We needed to.
And I'm gonna keep my opinions about weapons to myself because I don't want to get us canceled. But other than that, I've watched a lot of movies the last week because I was at my parents' house and I didn't have a lot else to do because I didn't have my Xbox, so I couldn't play video games. So yeah, Jeremy,
All
how
right.
about you? What have you watched?
Nothing.
N-
I
You,
watched Shark Tank new episodes and South Park, and I watched that's probably about it. I've been playing The Outer Worlds too. I just
oh,
finished that yesterday.
okay.
And Arc Raiders, fuck yeah, Arc Raiders is fun.
You're
Playing
not
that.
the first person to suggest that game to me.
It's cool. It's a good extraction shooter. I played with Jamie and Chris last night. We were up till like 3 in the morning playing.
Too
You
old
don't
for
really
that.
run it. It's pretty wild. Like there's a lot of people on the map, but we didn't really run into many people. And then when you do, like they're off like fighting drones and shit. And like they don't really like a lot of people like get along when you could just kill people and take their shit. It's like interesting to see like the dynamics at play.
Well, the guy I work with who goes by Squeak McFreak on Twitch, or he used to be on Twitch. I don't know if he's still on Twitch or not. He was telling me that like they split the router or the server to good players and evil players. So like if you're a player who gets a reputation for killing people when you shouldn't, they kind of put you over with a bunch of other, so like if you play how you should, or I guess play where like everybody gets along, you stay over on the one server. And if
Hmm.
you're a dick, they kind of shove you over to another one.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
So
You go over to the jail, sir, the jail planets,
yeah. So
anarchy and chaos.
I don't know if you can get yourself out of the bad one if you get put in the good one, but I don't.
Hmm.
Anyway, I don't know if I've never played it, so I don't know. It's just how he was explaining it to me. I don't know. His
Hmm.
whatever stream, I don't know if he streams on Twitch anymore. I know he was on Twitch, but he was talking about switching over. He apparently has got enough followers to get enough to make his truck payment every month.
Hmm.
Oh,
So,
nice.
I mean,
I think I have like one or two followers on Twitch.
more than me. I did start a letterboxed where I don't review any of the movies. I just give them the star grades. It's under Pop Cult Roulette because that's how I put everything.
You got a custom license plate.
So, anything Running Man's coming out this weekend. Either of you planning on going to see that one?
Hmm.
No.
Eventually, maybe.
Yeah,
If I make it.
I couldn't tell you the last time I went actually to the theaters for something like a new movie release.
I know, like somebody asked me this week, like, what's the last time you went to a movie? And I was like, the only one I could come up with is Jurassic Park Dominion, and I'm like, surely I've been to a movie, not Dominion, Jurassic Park Rebirth, the Scarlett
Dead
Johansson one.
Deadpool 3
Yeah, it's
might have
like,
been the
wow,
last might have been the last one I went to.
we have a Pop Culture Roulette podcast, and apparently none of us go to movies anymore. So,
I see movies. I saw
Yeah.
Naked Gun in
oh,
theaters. That was
oh,
recent.
I saw
okay.
that one on whatever streaming service. It's good.
Yeah, I really like that one. I mean, I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago or a month or so
Yeah.
ago. It's hard to keep track when we talk about stuff, but I really liked that one. I expected to not like it, but I like Liam Neeson did such a good job. Pamela Anderson, surprisingly, was actually really good actress in it.
Yeah. All
But
right.
Jeremy, I think you'll really like Late Night with the Devil. You still have you got your own Hulu, or are you still using mine?
Hulu, I have Hulu Live.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Late Night with the Devil is
Ooh,
on.
live. It's so expensive.
I
Late Night with the
know.
Devil is on Hulu. I think you'll really like it. It's a nice tight hour and a half. So
All right.
it's a real quick watch and it's really interesting. And I think for even the end that kind of you're like but like even the end like well done. Well made movie.
Nice.
Oh,
So,
Wicked's coming to theaters later this month. You guys didn't go see that?
Fuck
um
no.
I would
Uh,
rather shove tent poles in both of my eyes
Oh,
than ever see either Wicked movie.
dang.
I mean, granted, I hate musicals, so not helpful, but pretty much the main cast of that movie.
Did you ever check out Schmigadoon?
No, I keep forgetting
You
to
got the
watch it.
stamp of approval from me and Jeremy.
That is true. And I do remember, was it Gallivant or Galahad or whatever that one that was on for a couple seasons back in the day was actually pretty decent. It was the little half-hour sitcom one.
I don't remember.
Oh, oh,
Check it
yeah.
out. Check it out.
All right, one of these days. You get around to watching The Matrix, I'll get around to watching Schmegadoon.
Yeah, their notes. What does Jeremy have to watch? Well, we know what Jeremy has to watch.
Found Periscope, Batman 66. Uh, anything else that you lent me?
Well, you don't have to watch anything. You just have to read.
Oh yeah. Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
I'll do
you got your
that.
work cut out for you, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's
Did
video games are just too addicting.
real quick, and then we'll be done. Did either of you watch the trailer? I know I didn't send it to you, so I can't be mad if neither of you watched it. But did you watch the trailer for Super Mario Galaxy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wasn't
Um,
sent to me.
no, but I just sometimes I expect you to do work on your own, but hey, that was my
You
fault.
fool.
Um, which princess was that at the end?
Daisy.
Oh, geez. I don't know.
But she wasn't called Daisy. She was wearing a blue dress. She
So
kind of looked
Rosalina?
Rosalina, yes. I don't know her character.
I know her from what are those Mario games where you compete against each other?
Smash?
No, not Smash Bros. Because you're fighting. Mario
That's a
Mario Party.
competition.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mario Party?
I know her from Mario Party.
Okay.
She was in Mario Galaxy, the
Oh,
game.
okay. I know I played Galaxy, but I never finished it, so maybe that's why I didn't, or I just don't remember. So she actually has magical powers?
I guess.
I mean, she did in the trailer, but
Yeah.
good. But I mean, I loved that first Super Mario Brothers, so I'm
Same.
totally in on Super Mario Galaxy. And I love that part of the trailer was like them like being launched from one planet to another, like from the canon, and like the planets were like it looked kind of like you did when you got launched from planet to planet in Galaxy or Sunshine, whatever game you see. That's how you do the movies. Like you actually honor the source material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty excited about that. But all right, anything anybody wants to discuss or plug or
Mm. Fallout Season 2 trailer was good. I'm excited
yes.
for that.
I
Yeah.
did. I didn't. Did I tell you I watched all of Fallout? The
Mm,
first season?
I
I
don't know.
probably did. I don't remember. Because I never played the game, so I knew nothing about the game. But I enjoyed the show. The show was very fun, and Walton Goggins is always a good time. So I know I listened to the episode where you and your sister talked about Fallout, the show, and I was
Hmm.
like, okay, but I never played the game, so I was unburdened by anything that they were not doing wrong,
Oh,
story
yeah.
wise. So
I'd
I
say
was
they
just
did a lot right.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no like it was like the first season of Last of Us. I never played any of those games, so like I can just enjoy it because I didn't play the game. So
Never watched it.
I didn't watch the second season.
I did. I watched one episode.
Never seen it.
Who am I
Jared, Jared,
talking?
Jared, Jared.
Hmm.
Justin, that's the one I want to talk to. Have you started watching Tournament of Champions Holiday Showdown yet?
No.
Oh, so it's a they're all in teams now, so it's a little bit of a smaller tournament. So like the Voltaggio brothers are going up against like Damaris and Sarah Bradley, and like Jets teamed up with some like it's all like so like they have to make a sweet dish and a savory dish, and like I mean
Okay.
it
On Max.
on Max, yeah, I think they're only
All right.
2 episodes in, so they're not too far behind.
I'll try to get them done. Those I'll actually watch
Yes,
before the
okay.
next episode.
Yeah, you'll watch 3 hours worth of cooking shows, but you can't watch an hour and a half of one of the greatest movies ever made. Got it. Okay.
It's we're on the same page. I like food.
Okay. Well, I guess I can't say much. I still haven't watched America the movie yet that you told me to watch back in July. So
The 4th of July one, yeah.
yeah.
America the Motion Picture.
Yes, that one. Yeah, it's on my list, but I still haven't watched it yet. But at least that's only a couple years old, and not one of the greatest movies ever made. That literally redefined the
Eh,
entire action movie genre.
eh.
All right, well, with that, I guess if you thought Shador Sanders was your savior, well, you're a Cleveland Browns fan, and stupid never walks alone.
Comic books have been around for almost a century, and in the last 2 decades, we've finally gotten to see many of these characters brought to life in movies and on TV. On the Moving Panels podcast, we discuss movies and TV shows based on, inspired by, and adapted from the world of comic books. Join me and my guests as we discuss both the good and the bad from Marvel, DC, and even some of the lesser-known comic book companies. Learn what is and isn't from the comics, as well as our nerdy review of the movie or show. New episodes drop every Monday, and you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. So join us for Moving Panels, and I'll see you on the other side of the page.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and listen to the 80s Flick Flashback podcast once in a while, you could miss it. Do you love movies of a certain age? Do you miss the days of VHS tapes, VCRs, and the video rental stores? Does the thought of another 80s movie being remade seem inconceivable? My name is Tim Williams. I'm the creator and host of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. On each episode, I'm joined by guest co-hosts to discuss one of the many movies released in the 1980s. We share our first-time watch memories, our favorite scenes, and even learn some behind-the-scenes stories about the cast and crew along the way. New episodes are released every other Friday on your favorite podcasting platform. So make like a tree, get out of here, and go listen to an excellent episode of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. The ad is over. Go home. Go.